Let's get this going here. Get some music. We'll see if this video gets taken down for Final Fantasy music, but we'll very well find out. Anyway, I think that's looking good there. And now we are streaming. Excellent. Welcome everybody that's joining the stream. I'm going to close this off. I'm going to say welcome to the live stream. There we go. Alright, sweet. Today we're going to be going through importing the cosmetics from the Season of the Plunder season. All the cosmetics, let me see here. I can get most of them. Some of them don't work, by the way, as good as they should, which is all this machine ones, which is kind of sad, but I'm able to get a bit of other ones, so I'm going to see what we can import in and get it started. I currently, this morning I was able to import one of the hunter sets, this guy right here. So let me go and I'll pop this one open real quick. It's probably going to show up all pink at first. Yeah, there we go. I can fix that though. Just go into here, find missing files, and then we'll just go back out one step to the directory file, the main root, and then once I click that to find it, it finds it all. So nice and easy. The only reason why I did that is because I moved the folder out of it from its original state, so it had problems finding it for like the most part. So that's why it was like that. Anyway, yeah, going through here. This guy's all rigged up, looking good. Here, nice little rig going. So, not bad at all, to tell you the truth. Got a little hips going. Alright, I'm going to start importing more of these guys in, so I'm going to go ahead and close this down for now. I don't say that at all, because I'm not changing anything to that. Let's go ahead, I want to bring up the API for this. Here, clear out this, and we're going to look for a new set of cosmetic armor right here. So I recently brought this, the Eternal one in, so I'm gonna bring a different one. Let's see. I can't bring these ones in. Well, technically I can import them, but the shaders for it just bonker out, and the colors for it just won't show up, which is really sad. I can get some kind of color, but it's not going to be the correct one. So I tried to import these before, just didn't have a good time with it. So I'm going to skip these for now, and hopefully later on we can get it fixed. But yeah, it's just another thing. Let's go ahead and try out this armor here first. So I'm going to plop this over on another screen, and we're going to start looking for that one. Let's see, we want... I'm going to put the stream over on my other screen there, just so I have it divided up, split screen, and it even has a chat. We can say whatever I would like, any questions or anything like that. I feel more than happy to answer anything. So, Starfare. Ah, there's the armor in here. Oh, look at these. Oh, these are beautiful. I like these ones. So I got the Hunter, the Titan, the Warlock. So I got a bunch of good stuff. I think I'll start with the Titan. Titan looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie. So let's go and start with that. Try to do this in order here. The Titan chest piece. No, that's not right. Arms are next, aren't they? Titan arms, chest piece, then the legs, and the clothes. I mean the mark. I'm gonna clear out the registry there, and we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and start extracting. Let me know if the music is too loud for you. I can turn it down. It's kind of going over my voice at all. Or maybe you like the music more than my voice at this current time, you know, since I just kind of talk through my process, really. That's all I really do. I'm going to open up a new Blender file for this one. That's how I usually start it. Press A, delete. Everything that I reference in like software and like add-ons for Blender and stuff like that should be in the description in this live stream. So go ahead and feel free and use that, and hopefully it'll be good for you. So there you go. Let's see. I think this is getting there. Yep, it's ripping all of the HD textures for me. It's fantastic. Get some water real quick. Here we go. Alright, looks like it's finished ripping for me. I have it in a folder here. So that's the current name that it ripped it as Destiny Model 0, which is usually the case. So in this case, I'm going to just change it to the correct name for the Titan. Alright. Okay, and this will be the Star. The armor set. That works good. Perfect. And these ones here, I personally just use the female folder, and that usually covers the male one as well. But in these ones, for the HD textures, it comes with a die. Gotta make sure I keep that in mind when I'm getting my materials imported in and everything. So, keep checking my phone. I'm expecting a call from my flight airlines. Just gotta go through ticket processing and stuff because they made an error and gotta go through a different booking process. So, fun stuff. Anyway, that's not why we're here today. Let's go ahead and save this one here. Go here. We'll just copy this name here, like that, and we'll change that into our Blender file. Let's create a folder for it, and we'll just say Blender. Whoops. Blender files. There we go. Make the name the same as, and ready to go. Let's go ahead and append this guy. Actually, we don't want to append yet. What are we doing? We need to import the model. We need to import, not append. The correct file that we need, going here. And there's a little file for us that it gives us on ratio. Let's go ahead and hit the period button, and it zooms right in. We can delete the rig that's existing, because we don't need that one. We have our own rig that we're going to be doing later on. Let's go and bring that down as well. Let's go ahead and select the model in general. And I kind of like what I did here is I selected just one piece and then hold down shift to select everything else. I go ahead and press the tab button and press A so it selects everything in this. And we're going to do the cleanup and delete loose. So I'm going to hit that. And now we're just going to clean up the mark a little bit so the physics work okay in the engine later on. So these two are the same pretty much, so I could just do Control J, so now it's like one piece now, which is great, but I still have to do a little bit of edits to that. I just do this, merge, distance, it cleans up some vertices in there for me. So it makes the fabric, so when you're doing physics to it, it does it better. So get this one again for this, those are the same, Control J, A, tab, then A to select everything. Merge by distance for the male version. As you know, you got the female and male version kind of topped on top of each other, and that's what I was kind of going for. So here's the male and obviously the female. So I just did those differently at that point. But now I'm going to go ahead and separate them there, and then create a new collection here. Call this one male. There we go. Select all these, and then put it in there. And that's all fixed up. Let's go ahead and add the rig here first and see what we got. Here, go into my rig set that I have here. It's all kind of mixed up in that. There we go. That's the correct order. Let's go to rig here, collection, and then I'll go to the female. This one's not for Unity or for VRChat, so it's just for Blender in this case because I'll have to convert these later for Unreal Engine. So, all right, select all those, delete those. We don't need those handles there. I'm gonna go ahead and sort in the folder there, so I can click on my armature. Oh, before I do any of that though, I have to make sure I get rid of the male model. So the female model is right underneath that guy. So I select the rig, select everything else by holding shift, Control P, armature deform. Now when I do that and I go into animation, it should work very well for me. So not too bad. Let's go ahead and go back into object mode. And I can go ahead and hide the female version altogether in the rig, and I can go ahead and add the other for the male version. That's added. And I need to make sure that this goes into the male collection folder right there. So click on this, shift, hold, select all, RG form, yes. And now this one should be good as well. Go into the animation. Let's do that. Yeah, these look like they look good. Perfect. Oops, go into object mode there. And rigging is done. Rigging is actually super easy to do with this one. The shaders is the hard part for this one. So that's not too hard. It's just when you have to import it into Unreal Engine, you have to bake the textures and all that stuff. So it comes out into like a 1:1 ratio. Let's go ahead and do this. I usually do the female version first, and then I just go from there, and it should just follow along with all the shaders, because I can share the shaders between the female and the male with the same textures, which is quite nice. So you just kind of get two things done at once. So the first thing we're going to do is the gauntlets, but first we need to bring in the shader material. That it is a standard template, which you can get in the description below. A lot of this stuff can be done through the Discord. That's through there. Not my Discord. It's a Discord group that I have joined in, so you'll be able to find it in the link below. So I'm going to do the materials via this one, and I'll do the 3.0. There might be a newer version, I'm not sure, but if there is, go ahead and use the newest version. It works pretty good. So I'm going to do this, and now the texture shows up here. Or not texture, the shader. Right up. So I'm going to go here. I want to grab the name from here over, since this is not only specific to the female, I could share this with the male as well. And there's my gauntlets right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the dye material, since this is after shadow keep. Also, right now I'm in the non-shader mode. So right now it's in the shader mode, so anything I put in will come up through. Let's see, I'm going here, go into HD textures, female gauntlets, textures in there, and then I can add the dye map. The dye map is kind of interesting. It kind of does like a color picker for Destiny. For certain armor sets, so they can save on performance on their textures in general. So it kind of picks through the textures that are already done, and then it handpicks it to create this, which is actually more optimized for their engine, so it works a little better, so, which is a good thing. It should be like this. Yes, there we go. Female gauntlets, and I probably need diffuse. I don't have to change any of that. I'll leave that as that. But back to here, add my G-stack. G-stack does like all the roughness and shininess and stuff where that goes. So I put that there and do non-color. And I go into here, armor set. And I do normal map. Here we go. And that'll be a non-color as well. Alright, cool. As you can see here, it looks like that piece is done, but it's all color coded right now. What's gonna happen is I'll just start with this one here first. Since I got everything set up, I'm gonna go ahead and run a script for it, which should do it for the shader. And here, let's see, shaders, blender, and it's got one for each one of them, but they're all the same in general, so I can just use one and I can use it for the rest of the armor pieces that are there. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to hit the little run button there. Go back to the shader, even though it seemed like nothing happened. I press the N key, and I create a little tab here. It says D2 shader, and then I can just do the add button. And this adds a like little shader node for us. And now all I do is select the gauntlets here for that, and look at that. Well, that came in pretty clean, to tell you the truth, and it looks like it's going to match up the rest. So what I can do for this one here is I just have to do the gauntlets there, and it does the same thing throughout. I added it very easily. Super nice. As long as everything's set up ahead of time, things work out pretty well for the most part. So, alright, so we got the greaves. The greaves are different. They'll have a different texture to them. Obviously, the gauntlets are kind of like a combo with the same one, but the greaves are going to be different. So I'm going to go ahead and use the gauntlets as existing. So everything's, I can use the same exact thing with the shader script and stuff, but the textures have to be changed out. And the way to do that is create a new material, but it'll keep everything else. So it's kind of created a copy. So I press this little button here, create a copy of it. Now what I'm going to do is just change the name to the correct state that it's in. So I'm going to use the greaves right there. Boom. Change this. And that. And that's good. Now I just got to change the textures for each one. This is the most time-consuming part of this process. Because I have to go in here, female greaves, I go here, and I do burn. I don't know if that's the correct way. No, that's the correct way. So I use the dye map for that one. And make sure it's non-color. Kind of just going through the same process, rinse and repeat, but not be confused where you're at in your folder. So you choose the right folder for the correct texture that you need in your area. So go back there a little bit, get the greaves. Oh, got a text message from my wife. Let's see. This one was the G-stack, I believe, right? Yeah, that was the G-stack that we needed. Okay, then go back a couple steps here, greaves, and then normal maps. There we go, and change this to non-color. All right, that is done there. That looks good. So I'm going to save all this. Alright, and then I can go to the helmet now. Looks good. So helmet, I can do this, use the graves again, do a little copy for that one. I'm going to go ahead and use the, whoops. So for helmet, there we go. Get the naming convention all good and dandy. Go to this part here. Now we can just choose the helmet of that. Use the dye map, non-color, and see what my wife is talking about here. All right. Alright, let's see where we're at here. Yep, got the helmet. Now I need to add the diffuse in here. Go ahead and do that. No. Diffuse. There we go. And the other one, you get the G-stack added. G-stack now added. Now I need the Noah map for the helmet. Go, Noah map. And that looks really good. Do that for my color. And oh man, this looks good. Perfect. Alright, let's do the marks there. And what we can do is add this to there. Boom. Copy my text. Nope, don't do that yet. Gotta make sure that's a duplicate, or else I'll be changing the existing helmet, which would not be good. Let's see. Yeah. Nothing looking good in my text at all. All right. So that's there. Let's go ahead and start changing out our maps for that one. For our mark, female mark. Go to here, dye map, change that, make it a non-color. Diffuse, change that, get the mark going. There we go. Let's see the G-stack. Make sure we're set up and good. And then go back out on this one. The mark. Normal. Change that to non-color. That looks pretty good. Add it for the other part of the mark. There. Oh yeah, that's looking good. Alright, last one is the chest piece. So that's looking good. Booyah. And that was a little dash in there. Okay, there we go. Ah, crapazoid. Undo that. There we go. Okay. Because this has to be going there. And then we can take it. There we go. I want all of this. Done. Select in there. Now I change the name. Now we're looking good. Okay. Getting ahead of myself is what I'm doing at the moment. Sucks. Yep. My wife's taking the monorail right now that we have near us, and it just totally messed her up because it just literally left right as she showed up, and now she's like late for where she wanted to go to. So that's just life, man. Happens sometimes. Alright, let's go ahead and add the dye map for this one. Very last one. We're almost there with this. Let's go ahead and add the dye. There we go. And then we'll add the diffuse. G-stack. Go back twice on that. Get the normal in. And we'll be looking snazzy. Oh yeah, that's looking real good. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to add the bake for the textures on this one. So we're going to just go back to the very top, do this for that. So bake color. Let's Control-C, Control-V that. I want to copy the verbiage up here. Do that for this, and then I do underscore bake, if I can do that. Then I want the texture size to be a bit bigger than that. I need it to be a 2K, not 1K. Hit OK. We'll go here. We're going to change this to cycles. And then get that. We want the bake option available. Want to emit. I just use 5 for that one. And I think that looks good. I just need to make sure I grab all the gauntlets that involve that. Click on this and bake it out. So that goes. What it is, I'm baking a default texture, so when it goes into the engine itself, I won't have to play with any coloring or anything like that. It'll just be as is from Blender into Unreal Engine 5. Adjust myself on my chair. Sorry for the squeakiness. It is a squeaky chair. Always takes a bit just to get the first render in, especially if you're having multiple meshes being baked into a texture from that part. So, yep. Alrighty. So go here, and Control V. There's our bake. So it has that whole armor, arms are all there. So we'll just do save as with this one. Go back on a step. I'm gonna add a new folder. I'm gonna call this UE files for Unreal, and then there we go. And I'm just gonna add them in here because this is where all the Unreal Engine files go that get imported into the engine themselves. So we're gonna go back to the shader here, change this back to normal, and I'm just gonna go to the Greaves next and just work down the list, do the same exact thing that I just did. So Control-C, Control-V, that one there. There you go. Get these guys. It's just a lot of repeating after like the first thing that you do, for like the most part. Can I just say bake with a capital B, please? There we go. Hit that. Good there. And there's only one set of Greaves. That's selected, and we're good to go. Yeah. I'm trying to think what I want to have for like dinner today, necessarily. I have pastrami and all the stuff to make actually a pastrami sandwich, which sounds really good right now. But last night I gorged myself on like pizza, chicken wings, and cheesy bread. Should not have done it because I should be eating a whole lot less of that crap necessarily. But last night was a very like kind of like stressful night of like flight airline stuff, which kind of said in the beginning, and that just kind of stressed me out a bit. And yeah, the whole shebang from that just made it a really difficult night. And sadly, I kind of go to food a little bit to like relieve some of that stress, and shouldn't be a thing, but it kind of is. I don't do that as much as I used to before, but every once in a while I have to. I get into it, and it's not a good thing, but you know, it is what it is at that point. Like, you know, I can't help it sometimes. Did I fix up the grease one? Yeah, I did. Okay, there we go. Anyway, enough about my sad life about booking airline stuff and things just going wrong. So let's go ahead and copy this helmet here. I'm liking these armor stuff, the Blender, Season the Blender or whatever. Of course, it's in the cosmetic shop. You know what I mean? With Everest, so you have to pay for it. But yeah, at least with here, I can import it into my into Unreal Engine 5, and I can play it, you know, as a first-person shooter, and it just works pretty well, like the most part. So yeah, that's why it's kind of nice, like sometimes, because I play Destiny quite a bit off and on, but sometimes, man, like, I don't know. I have to take, when I take a break, and then I'm like, oh, that armor stuff is really cool, but like it's on the Eververse and stuff, I'm not gonna pay for any of that. And then obviously I don't have enough bright dust for when stuff happens a lot of time, because I don't play Destiny sometimes enough to really get that cosmetics that I really want. So I'm like, okay, I'll just revive a game and just put it in my own thing, you know what I mean? Even though it's not Destiny what I have, it's like kind of like a bare bones just FPS for like the most part, but it's quite enjoyable if I can get some good maps and stuff in there. So image editor, Control V, got the helmet, sweet, that looks good. And just see that, so bake that, done. Whoops, I don't want the video editor, I want the shader. Alright, let's go to marks. I do those ahead of time, so I'm not gonna miss anything. Oh, you know what? Let's go back to the helmet. Fix that so that node's correctly put together. Now I go here. There we go. No, put it back. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, the mark, copy that, put that in there, and then I'm gonna do underscore bake. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna bake those out, bake it. I recently got back from a trip from Japan in November, so that's not exactly recent, it's like 2023 now, but in 2022, November, which actually ain't too far back, a couple months ago, a month or two ago, I guess. Yeah, had a really fun time there, you know what I mean? Like, the COVID restrictions have just relaxed quite a bit that we're over there, so it's pretty easy to get in for like the most part. But just Japan itself, it wasn't that busy in November, and it really wasn't even that cold, to tell you the truth. Really fun. I enjoyed myself so much. I shopped a bunch. I bought a whole bunch of game soundtracks and a bunch of like retro like video games that are like in pristine condition, that are really awesome. And it's just amazing how like the quality of games that are like really old and they're still in like great condition. It's like, it's unbelievable. Really is. I love it. Anyway, I had a blast when I was over there, and I wish I can go back even sooner, which I will. That's one of the airline things I have. I'm planning going in the spring again over there. So yeah, I absolutely love Japan. I adore it. It's one of my places where I can go and literally just be at peace with myself for like the most part. It feels like my my home, or like second home or first home, wherever it's supposed to be. Like, yeah, I miss it a ton. Is what it is. So anyway, all right, I want to go ahead and bake this last one. We're almost done with this one. Yeah, I did ended up getting a PS Vita that was there, and wanting to get one for a minute. That's like a totally like different color and stuff, and it looks really cool. It's like a candy like red. Like it's like nice and shiny, and it's like brand new. Like I got it for $80 something, which because the yen was at such a good price, like the yen is like 30% off on their dollar discount. So the ratio between the US dollar and like the yen, it's like 30% off of everything, which is really awesome. So ended up yeah, picking one up, and I'm really happy about it. So because I currently have one now, but I'm noticing that it's getting worn down quite a bit, and PS Vitas are getting a little harder to find, and they're getting pricey. So yeah, I got a new one, so I can have a backup for in case mine goes out. I can replace it with a nice like shiny red one, which I really do love. So, oh, I didn't underscore bake on that one. Oh well, I can just do that now. No big deal. All right, save it. Back to here. All right, and I think that one is done. Fantastic. There we go. Save that. I'm going to go ahead and add it for all the male armor right now, and that's going to be real easy because that is already pretty much done. All I do is match up the names that are in here. So gauntlets go with gauntlets. Just like this. Super easy. Helmet goes with helmet. Like that. Mark goes with a mark. Like that. Plate goes with plate. Marks there. I'm just double checking myself to make sure everything is good to go, and that works. fantastic. Anything else down here? Nope, we're good. So that's the male version. That's all done. So what I can do here is work with that. Join the area like that. And that is the first part absolutely done. So I can do this. I can bring female version back. Why do I have that hidden? I have no idea. And I can just select this, press period, kind of zoom everything up nicely like that. There we go. Gonna save it. And I'm gonna just close this one down for now, and we're gonna go ahead and turn this whole thing into an Unreal full skeleton with all its textures and stuff, so we can import it in nicely later on. So we can just go ahead and append all the stuff that we did work-wise on this one, and go into the Blender file for that. So go into the collection. I'm gonna choose the female version first. Before I get too crazy into this, I'm going to do a save as, because I need to change the file that it's currently in right now. I'm going to do this. This will be a female Titan, and I'll just do an underscore. This one here, underscore UE for Unreal, and that should be good. This is all going to go away. I can just press delete on this one. Obviously, you can't see anything right now because everything's too small. Unreal has like a, what should I call it? Unreal has, and they run on the metric system, but the metric system that I was in before, the stuff wasn't big enough. So if I scale everything up by 100, it would be the appropriate size of a human scale at that point. So I'm just going to delete the female folder there. Clear all this stuff here. This is all stuff I don't need. Delete that. Now if I just grab everything in here, scale it up to 100, press enter. Now it's in the appropriate scale, and that's the skeleton that'll fit inside now. I'm going to hit Control A and apply all transforms, so it'll apply the scale and everything that just happened. The first thing I need to do is, I can select, actually, what can I select here? In here? No, I can select all of these here. Why is it so wonky? There we go. Maybe I can just do this and select that. It's still weird. Oh, I could just do this though. So if I select all these here, I'm going to test real quick. I'm going to do a thing that says extract. Nah, that's not the same as the other. Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click this. I'm going to change it to a non-shader so my performance is a little better. It's faster. So I'm going to do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all the armatures that were currently applied to it before, because it's just absolutely worthless to me now until it gets changed into the correct engine that I need. So make sure nobody's joining and asking any questions, looking at the chat. Alright. Get that out of the way. Alright, perfect. So the next thing I'm going to do is select all of my stuff here, click on the skeleton, Control P, automatic weights. It's not going to be what I need it to be at the moment. So if I change it to here, it's still going to be wonky. It's pulling things from every which way. That's because the vertex group names are not correct and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we're going to fix that up right now. So I'm just going to get rid of the vertex groups since they're absolutely like not good for me. So I'm going to get rid of each one of them. Just go ahead and delete all the vertex groups that are existing, and I can do it so it matches up the Unreal Engine skeleton. A little bit of a process to get through it, but after it's done though, it's good forever. So, which is nice. Okay, cool. So there's no vertex groups. Everything's already good. I'm going to save this. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in a reference one. So I'm going to bring the exact same thing in again, but this one's a reference to the groups. So I can just do it all from here. I'm going to select everything in this folder, then scale it up by 100 again. So it's in sizable scaled for me. Grab it, just pull it off to the right. This thing can be deleted after I'm done with it. Won't be really needed. So I'm going to click on here. I have to change the vertex groups by names so it matches up the Unreal skeleton. And with the program that's called UFI or UFI or something like that, this does it kind of automatically a little bit. So I need to scan the rig, and then it comes with like a little custom tab there. Go in here, choose the custom, and then I'm going to go ahead and modify the name. I'm just going to say Guardian. There we go. And what I'm going to do here, I should have my script open. So Control A, Control C, so I selected all the bones for stuff. So A, Control V, and then everything should be good there. I'm gonna go ahead and apply what I changed. And now that should be good for all the vertex groups. I don't need to double check it at all. We should be good to go. So I'm going to click on my, so how it works is I'm going to copy the vertex groups from this reference model to the one I want it actually affected by. So if I select the first one here, and I select this one by holding Control, and then I scroll up, it should show me my vertex groups. It shows the vertex groups for this one here. So if you look at this one, it doesn't show any vertex groups, but when I select this one and this one, it will take all the vertex groups and apply it onto this model here. So if I take this and you want to do copy vertex groups to selected, when that happens, you notice that the vertex group came up there. So what I like to do to make sure that it's done, I usually hide it, and I just keep going down the line and just rinse and repeat for the whole thing. So I just hide these again, and then there we go. Take these, copy vertex groups. This is one of the more tedious processes of doing this. You just want to make sure you do it right, because you can copy the wrong vertex groups to the wrong mesh, which would be really sad because that is a different mesh and it doesn't have the appropriate vertex groups to make it work. So get this out, get the plate. Whoops. Copy selected. There we go. Take that off. And now we get the hands. The hands are in here. So I can select the hands, copy vertex groups, and then the neck piece that applies here. A lot of little things that are in there, really. All right, since I am now done with my Guardian reference, I can go ahead and take all these here. Now, everything should be working just fine. For the most part, shoulder pads and stuff might not be applied, but that's okay. We can add that. So I'm going to go in here in animation. We're going to test these out and see if they work. Okay, so that works, but the shoulder pad's not moving, if you notice that. And there used to be another fix I used to do. I used to actually add a single bone for that, but that really didn't work for what I wanted at the end of the day, because when a skeleton arms get pulled back, the shoulder pads don't move, so they kind of get disconnected from the arms bit, which I don't really want. I want the arms to move with the shoulder pads more 1-to-1 instead of like 2-to-1. Sorry, I got some water there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this up. I'm going to attach most of the shoulder pads to, I guess I can attach it to the clavicle, I think, and it should be fine. I'm going to do some testing on that, or I can attach it to the left arm, one or the other, and it should work pretty good. So let's go ahead and we'll go, actually, you know what? I'm going to attach it to the left shoulder because I know that's actually more specific to that one, so that is actually fine. So I'm in object mode right now. I'm going to select on the shoulder pads here, go into the edit mode by pressing shift, go in here, this little tab, and do vertex groups. And I usually, by pressing Z on here, I do the toggle for that. I think that's an option that you have to do in preferences, but it's like you can kind of see through things, which is nice. Oh, does that stuff go with that? Oh, I need to check something. Hold on. Because that little piece right here is connected to that. I just need to make sure that the rig moves that little piece when it moves the clavicle. Okay, yeah, that piece is definitely connected to that. So it got that, but it didn't get the other stuff. So we're going to fix that up now. All right, so I'm going to get this one. So I'm going to do arm? Upper arm, that's what it's called. So it's called upper arm left. So by the way, this is the left side and the other side's the right side. So looking here behind it, so left side, right side. We're just looking at it from a different angle, which is fine. So I'm going to select all of this stuff here, hit Control L to try to select every little vertice that there is. And since we're on the upper left arm there, I can go ahead and assign that to that. And it'll be red when that's assigned. So I'm going to do the upper right arm, select everything there. Control L to make sure I grab everything. I just do the G key to make sure I got everything. Looks like I did. And I hit assign to that. Now if I go into the object mode, and also I will turn off the X-ray mode as well. Go into here, go into pose. Now if I move even the clavicle, the whole armor comes with it as well. And that looks pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, I'm liking that. Oh yeah. Alright, sweet. So all I do is just adjust the shoulder pads. I kind of just play around in here to make sure. Oh, look at that. That is interesting. Why is that piece not moving the way that it should? It looks like there's some fragment stuff in here that wasn't grabbed. and that's based within the shoulder itself, which is interesting. That's good. So I have to fix up the other part and make sure the vertex group is tied to the other. I wonder if it's tied to here at all. That's also messed up for that one as well, so I can just test the head real quick. That looks fine. Okay, so there's little pieces that are in there that are not like working with the spline. So that's like spline 3 that's there. Yeah, spline 3. So I'll go with this, go into object mode, and I don't know if it's the shoulder or something in between. No, it's definitely the arm. Oh, you know what? I think it's the arms in here, and it's not working with the other. So that's quite interesting there. Okay, what I'm going to do here is bring this up a little bit more, and I want to type in spline. On this, I'm going to select the spline. Oh, I'm going to do this. Go into edit mode now. Select the spline. I want to see what's going on here. Something's not right. I'm going to hide the gauntlet things there, and I'm also going to hide the vest, or the plate, I guess that's what it's called. Something is not right, and it's getting not pulled correctly. So blue is stuff that it does not affect at all, and then green versus the yellow, it gives it a little bit of a pull, but not full control. I think it's these little pieces here, because these are blue where they should be moving, I'm guessing. So I'm on the spline 3, and I'm gonna start just selecting. You know what? Can I just do paint? Yeah, vertex paint. So add some weight to it here. Okay. See if I can get it going there. So I make sure that's no blue there. I go here. Yeah, and it might be within the model itself. So I have to find out how this goes. So I go here. I'm going to go back into object mode. I'm going to bring maybe not the plates back. I don't really need that right now, so I'm going to do that. So if I bring it, I think that was the only thing that was wrong with it. So if I move that spine down there below, that looks good. So this model took a little bit of work to get it fixed, but I think we got it working. So I'm going to bring back all the other pieces. That looks good. So this one looks good now. So I had to make sure that everything's working within the first initial rig part, because I can get everything else follow along, and it can be all grouped together correctly. So yeah, let's go ahead and I'll add my meta rig. Oh, we don't want to add the meta rig yet. Not yet. We have to pose our character. So we're going to do pose character. This matches the Unreal Engine model, but little things are not perfectly what we need it to be. Make sure no call or anything needs to be done. So I need to do this, go to press 3, and I can just press the period button and kind of rotate this foot so it's more flat instead of upwards. So it can be like that. Also, I'm going to press A and just bring down the model just a little bit like that. Go to one side, get all these, whoops, just these two here, rotate, and then bring that ankle in a bit more. There we go, looks good. And with those selected, I can do Control-C, Control-V, and it moves that foot all together at once. Looks good. All right, perfect. So, but I still have a problem though. If I go into edit mode, everything goes back to normal, but with the UFE add-in that it has here, I can just click on the model pieces that I have here and do update rest pose. So now when I go into edit mode, nothing moves and we're all good to go. One other thing that I have to move here is this little foot part on the nub. So I click on this little nub here, do grab button, and I bring it up like that. I can grab it more to the right there. There you go. It looks pretty good. Click on that and just do symmetrize for that bone. And that's looking pretty good. Not bad. Go ahead and save everything here. Now I can add my meta rig. Meta rig added now. Oh, I gotta make sure I'm in object mode, by the way. There we go. Now I'm in object mode. Meta rig grabbed, and now I can do pose meta rig. And now I scroll down here. Now we're just getting to the fast parts here. So I'm gonna go ahead and generate the meta rig part, putting everything in front, Now what I'm going to do is I have to extract all the meshes here from the existing character rig that I had before. So I extract that. That's all done. Now I'm going to hide that. I don't need that no more because I'm tying everything to the new rig now. So I'm going to select everything here, all my meshes. Select this guy here. Control P, and then the armature deform. That's done. Now I select an armature one more time, and I can press this little button, which is build skeleton, and this should build everything for the Unreal Engine 5 for the most part. So I got this here. So if I grab it, it moves everything, which is great. I can go ahead and hide this little part of the meta rig since that just causes more chaos when it's visible. I can also go back to here for the shading part, and everything looks like it's working pretty good. So if you do this, you can move the shoulders nicely and stuff. The hips should be really good. Like it. So go to 3. I'm going to test out the legs real quick. I can grab the foot. Everything's nice IK motion, so I can pick up the foot, move it back, forwards, so and so. So it looks really good. I can go back into object mode again. I can just save this as is because this is looking really good. Move this in here. So when I can use this, I can use it anytime and export animation and stuff. Let's go ahead and save this here. I'm going to do a save as, so I'm going to create a new Blender file. This one will be the UFE file, which it rotates all the bones and stuff, so it works with the current Unreal Engine 5 rig default. And by doing that, I can use a lot of the animations stuff from the marketplace, which I want to do. So, hey, I got Storm Run Gaming in here. How's it going, man? How's it going? Yeah, I'm just going ahead and add that real quick. There we go. Let's see, that's for the female, UFE. And save that. Click on the rig again. And then add that there. And then my rolls, that looks good. Yeah, man, it's good to have you in, Storm. Let me know if the music's too loud, by the way. Just heads up. So, oh, I've been working for, let's see, on about 47 minutes at the moment. So don't know how much longer I'm gonna be going on it, but just doing like a little session for today. I got a little time to myself, so. Oh, sweet. Thank you for letting me know about the music, by the way. I do appreciate that. All right. So what you been up to, Storm? Anything new? In your life, yeah. Oh, yeah. Life's been interesting right now. So I currently said earlier in the stream, I'm currently waiting for a call from an airline to troubleshoot some ticket problems that I had. So yeah, that was fun. So I have to do some of that stuff. So I only got into Unreal Engine about a week ago. Oh, dude. Well, nice for actually getting into it. There's a lot of learning resources now to really get into it and actually start learning some really good stuff right now. So it's definitely a progression. There's a learning curve to it, but there's a lot of resources out there to really get a good understanding of an Unreal Engine, though. So definitely. Let me go ahead and finish up my rig here. I think I actually got all this figured out, so I can go ahead and exit out of this one, out of the female, and then I'll start adding the male for this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and add the male one. Here we go. There we go. Add it and append it. Storm, do you usually work with Blender at all as well? Or do you just like straight up just work with Unreal Engine? Monster at Fortnite Creative and at 2.0 is coming out, so figured I'll learn to do it early. Huh. Fortnite Creative. What is Fortnite Creative? I played Fortnite a long time ago when it came out in beta. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm curious what, like, so you can create stuff in Fortnite, like maps and stuff? Is that what you're talking about? Or is it something that I have nothing about, I don't really know about? But I would like to know a little bit more. Go ahead into it, a little detail, that'll be good. Nah, Blender is new to me too. Yep, Blender has a little bit of a learning curve to it as well, but it's like it's free and it's open source, so there's a good community on actually like learning stuff on it. Creative is letting you make anything you want. Oh, so you can make anything in general, like say in Blender or something like that, and then you can import it into Fortnite, particularly like the engine, like the engine itself, and uses Unreal Engine 5 menus to make sense. Oh, I see. So it uses Unreal Engine as a like a plugin to inject your stuff in the game, kind of like mods, right? Am I getting that right? Like Skyrim type stuff? Whoops, I did the wrong thing. Oh, this one. Let me go ahead and add this stuff here to this one. No, I need to add it in here. Here we go. Blender file. Add the original. Yep. We'll add the male version. There we go. I got the male version coming up. And 2 points, changes and stuff. Well, dude, that sounds exciting. I have to check that out and see what's going on with that. Yeah, I haven't played Fortnite in a long time. I played the beta a long time ago, so yeah. Creative is Minecraft. Oh, okay. Just a lot of assets you build and make into whatever you want. I'm excited for the terrain editor. Ah, that should be fun. With a terrain editor, especially in like Unreal Engine 5, I played with the the terrain editor in that one. Really good, and especially if you can use nanite and stuff, really optimized. It works really well. It's actually exciting. Yeah, but always a good time to start working in Unreal Engine though. Never a bad time to start going into it. It's becoming a main staple as an engine in just game development in general. So. Just a good thing to learn. So, yeah. Almost 3 o'clock over here in the West Coast. Like, I'm deciding on what I want for dinner later, because I always usually skip lunch, so I eat dinner quite a bit early. So, I kind of just try to figure out what I'm going to eat by now. Yep. Let's see, I played all the transforms here, so we're all scaled up correctly for the Unreal Engine 5. And go ahead and start getting my skeleton all fixed up. I wish there was a way to like, well, there probably is a way in Blender to do it, but I just haven't figured out, is to like bulk, like take off all these armor, not armor what I'm talking about, all the rig stuff that's existing. I wish there was an easy way of doing it in bulk. What do you say? I'm done with terrain. Oh, I have done terrain in Fortnite creative, but you gotta put piece by piece made in squares. Ah, really? Decided if you can do that, I would learn to actually make games. Yeah, seriously. Like, what you're saying there kind of sounds a bit close to just Unreal Engine's like standard block of stuff. There's just a couple more settings that you can just do to it and get real deep into the nitty-gritty of the terrain like stuff, because after you add your terrain, you can add like foliage and stuff, and the foliage tool is really cool because not only does like grass, plants and stuff like that, you can add like rocks, other meshes and stuff in like random areas, and then it automatically places everything in like a random state. It looks really cool. In Unreal Engine 5, I made a terrain and made my stolen character. Character in Blender, and her bones, added it to the Unreal Engine and made 4 animations for jumping, walking. Gotta figure out how the blueprint thing works first. Yeah, that's actually really good. You actually progressed very well with like the animation stuff with Blender. I applaud you for that quite a bit. The blueprint stuff is actually not too bad. If you want a third person type of one, steal all the blueprint code from the third person template that Unreal Engine 5 has. You can literally steal all that stuff from there. The only thing that's different is I'm pretty sure armature is not the same as the Unreal Engine's like default one, so you have to do a little bit of modifications, but most of the code is all set out for you already for what you need for locomotion and stuff like that. That's what you really need, is like the locomotion is something that you have to figure out first at the end of the day, because it uses like the default Unreal skeleton. And by using your own skeleton, you kind of have to figure out a little bit more to it. But there's plenty of videos out there to use custom ones. So, yeah. But applaud for you for actually getting animations done already, though. That's actually really awesome. I watched a YouTube video and thought I was gonna be smart laugh out loud. Now it says my character's not. Oh, hold on. Now it says my character is not a pawn, and I have to have it to have targeted. Ah, target. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting because like there's a character blueprint and a pawn, so you have to figure out which one you want to go for first. But also you can, because technically a character blueprint is similar to a pawn, something that you can control, but a character blueprint is something that you use as your main character, which is something that I do in my projects a lot of the time. I use the character blueprint and stuff, so it's interesting. Smoking Weasel, how's it going, man? Yeah. So, see my own videos, and they're good. Oh, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. This is a hobby of yours? Yeah, pretty much it is. It's just a hobby. It's kind of like archiving all Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 content. Kind of like putting it in my own archive, and I put it into Unreal Engine 5. I don't know if I'd be putting stuff into Unreal Engine 5 today, since I don't have a ton of time. But I do that later in other streams and stuff like that. But I haven't streamed in a while, but yeah, this is just a hobby of mine that I do, and I just rig everything from the characters from the Destiny API network. And you can totally do that, by the way. You won't get banned or anything for it. It's something that you're totally legally able to do. The only thing is you just can't sell it commercial or anything like that, which is not what I have in doing it all. I just enjoy doing it, archiving it, because Destiny likes to put, like, or I should say Destiny. Bungie likes to put stuff in the content vault, and you can't use it in game, so I figured I'd probably just make a simple first-person template. You can see everything in game in Unreal Engine 5, and you can have all the cosmetics too from Eververse, which you usually can't get and pay for, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what I do as a hobby. Anyway, right now I'm currently doing the rig for so it works with Unreal Engine 5 right now. So let's see. So I'm gonna bring up the rig first here. If you have any questions for anybody that has questions or just want to chat in general, feel free to put it in there. I'll answer anything or just talk back with you. So no problem doing that. Let's see. Also, just as my reference, this will get all my bone references that I need. I'm going to select every single one of these and then scale them up to 100. Press N tab to get out of the way. Like I copied over an event graph from many characters and made the animation loop an anim graph, but the anim graph says red warning character is not a pawn, set target. Interesting. Anim graph, but the event says red warning character is not a pawn. Huh. That is interesting. That's something you might have to look on the community forums for the Unreal Engine things. I've done it actually. The Unreal Engine community forums that are there are actually very good. A lot of people actually answered like really interesting questions. I'm not sure what that is necessarily because I never really had that problem because I used the Unreal Engine animation like default for it. But I'm not sure exactly what that is because like the character in pawn, I'm like, Discord. Yeah, I actually do have a Discord to tell you the truth. Let me bring my Discord up. This is my own like private Discord that I use for like Destiny and stuff. So let's see. Not yet. Let's see, got this one. Yeah, let me. I'll go and I'll put it up here. This is my own private Discord that I have. Let's put it. It's not really private. It's just my own little thing that I have here. So let me go ahead and I'll put it in. Copy the wrong stuff. Yeah, if you have like an image, I could probably see it and help you out with it, if anything. So let's do this real quick. I'm gonna invite people to it. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Copy. Can I just put that in the chat? There we go. I think you can get in from there. So feel free to do anything with that if you will. That's just my own very own Discord, so you can chat with me via in there if you would like. I've copied the wrong stuff. Oh, that could be a good reason why. There you go. Oh, Smoking Weasel, let me read yours real quick. Cool, because I've learned Unreal Engine for college classes. Oh, sweet, dude. Probably better than me. I've been learning like Unreal Engine for a long time since it first came out, but I jump in and out of it quite a bit. But I know some things that are probably really obscure that nobody probably wants to know about, but yeah. So anyway, let me finish what you were saying here. And it would be cool to see Destiny stuff on Unreal Engine 5, and bam, saw your stuff pop up on YouTube. Oh, that's so cool. That's what I used to do all the time. I used to like look up like Unreal Engine stuff in Destiny, and yeah, I got a bunch of stuff in there. I just created the inventory system for it, which worked out pretty good. So yeah, a whole bunch of stuff that I'm kind of doing right now. I'm just trying to get stuff in. It's just the process of just getting everything plugged in. It's a long process for me to import like a whole armor set into like Unreal Engine 5. It takes me about like an hour or so what I'm doing, but right now I'm kind of like just getting things prepped, so when I'm gonna bring everything to Unreal Engine, I can bring it in a way, because it has to go in through a database through the inventory system to make things kind of work. So anyway, yeah, that's really cool that you're doing classes for it. Like, definitely awesome. Like, are you learning how to program, or just the whole Unreal Engine in general, Smokey? Alright, let's do this here. Bert. Oh, there it is. Do scans, like custom. Here we go. The only way I can do is I'll bring up the Unreal Engine 5 project that I have currently, and I'll show you what I got going on there. Because I haven't actually shared anything for a while, so I actually will do that if you guys would like. Would you like to see that? I'll bring up my Unreal Engine 5 project for Destiny archiving, pretty much. I could show that to you if you'd like real quick. I just gotta load it up though. I'm gonna copy my code here. Control V that. There we go. I'll just get a stopping point for this one here, and I'll bring it in. There we go. Alright, that looks good there. I'm just going to save this now. I'm going to go open up that project for it real quick. Alright, sweet. Yeah, I'll go and open it up real quick then. I'll go ahead and do that first. It might take a minute because I haven't booted it up in a minute, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, both learning code overall for the design. It is a computer science degree with concentrating on game science. Nice, dude, nice. Are you mainly dealing with a Blueprint or C++ at all? I'm just curious if you're diving in any C++. There we go. Get my thing loaded up. Got my libraries here. As it takes a minute. There we go. Alright. Looks like I am all set up. Should be. I haven't opened up in a minute, so I believe it's this one here. If my computer, whatever reason, crashes, hopefully it doesn't. I've been having some problems lately if I put too much load on it, but I'll find out, and if that happens, the stream will obviously close down. Sorry if that happens, but I hope that it doesn't. So right now I'm going to close this down for now. I don't really need that open. Just try to minimize my stuff here. Oh, by the way, this is the API ripper, by the way, for everything, for Destiny stuff. I think I have it in my Discord for what it is. So yeah, I do use OBS for my streaming, by the way. I do like it quite a bit. Yeah, again, it's like open source for everything, so it's quite nice. Okay, let's see here. Let's see, what was the other thing before that Smokey was saying. I'm learning C++ because that... Oh, sweet. Yeah, you're learning C++. That's very good because that is what I've been used to. Maybe in the future I'll be learning to do Blueprint. Yeah, for sure, man. Like, Blueprint, it's like... It's quite interesting because what you can do is in C++, it's like you can create things in there like custom, and then you can put that into Blueprint later for other people that does art and stuff like that. But very good. I applaud you for starting out with C++ with Unreal Engine. Very, very good, dude. You're way smarter than me because I started with C++ in there. I could do a little bit, but I get very confused very, very fast. So I can do very basic things that I need to do to get things done. So as this puppy loads up, we can make that work. I don't think my PC can handle OBS and Unreal Engine 5 at the same time. I have a fairly beefy PC on this end. It's nothing new or anything like that. It's running the latest AMD CPU of like 2 years ago. I forgot what it was, and it's running a 2080 Super on my end. But for some reason, I think it's my power supply. If I run anything too high in power consumption, everything just shuts down. But after that power consumption starts and I bring it back up again, it doesn't shut down again for the rest of the day, which is a very interesting thing for troubleshooting. I have no idea why it does that, particularly when I'm like playing any like game, not even Destiny. Destiny is actually not really high performance, but if I play anything that's like more high performance, like Cyberpunk or something like that, it just crashes, which is interesting. Yeah, I used to use code because Unity and yep, C#. So okay, wait, so you're like the same type of person that I was, like when I was like Unity and stuff. I started out in Unity. Hey Storm, thank you for subscribing to my channel, by the way. I really do appreciate it. I just noticed that. It's on my phone. Just popped up. Thank you. Let's see. There was a game file. Is there a game file? Oh yeah, I'm opening right now. Yeah, I'm opening the Destiny like archive project that I have. So it has all of my inventory and weapons that I've imported into Unreal Engine 5, armor sets and everything. It's actually pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it, how far I've gotten so far. So, but it's just taking a minute to boot up because I haven't booted up in a while. I've been like on vacation, like a couple weeks ago, and I just got back from Tokyo. So like again, I haven't like touched anything for a while. So I thought I'd just live stream some stuff, and yeah, I just haven't opened this file up in a minute. So I just been importing stuff, not importing anything actually, sorry. Extracting, pretty much just ripping stuff for the most part. So, but I haven't imported into Unreal Engine 5 quite yet. Alright, it's building its shaders. There we go. Alright, cool. I got the project open right now. Move my mic down so I can see some things a bit better. Let's see, I have a couple maps. Let's see, I have my Guardian Showcase map. I got a Weapon Showcase map as well. I guess I can start with, I'll do the Weapon Showcase stuff first, because this will show all the weapons that I imported, and also I have all my armor and stuff already preloaded for this one. And again, I hope nothing crashes. That is my high hopes that that won't happen. So as it's loading up the map here, I can get into it, and yeah. I don't know how choppy it's going to be though, so hopefully it won't be too choppy. Because right now it has to literally load in all the textures and stuff, because every weapon that I have is like out in the open world in the map, and right now it has to load all the textures for it. So yeah, it's doing it right now. Alright, sweet. There we go. Alright, lighting's built. So the weapons are already in here. Yet again, not animations are all done and everything, but most of the functionality is still there for like the most part. So I'm gonna play this, see if anything crashes here. So if I can go in the menu, I'm gonna go and expand everything here. So going in the menu here, I can get an armor set going right now. I can get some arms in here. I can choose via on different arms. Looks a little weird right now. Everything's very much in like like alpha or pre-alpha mode, it seems like. Alright, I'll get some legs in here. Add my legs in. I have different types of legs. So there you go. That's done there. Let's tab out of that. So if I tab like this, how do I was it this button? No, it wasn't that button. Bring up other menu stuff that I don't need. Well, let's see. How did I do it? Oh, not that one. I'm trying to remember what button I tied my like third person to or whatever. Oh, there it is. It was 9. So here's the whole armature, skeleton, stuff like that. It's there right now. I can go ahead and just start picking up some weapons in here. That's something that's not that great, to tell you the truth. So this has all like legendaries that I imported in right now. Everything has the same reload animation because I didn't create new reload animations for it. You just do this. That's kind of there for like the most part. Hand cannon stuff is very basic for that one. Let's see. I can go over here and get some exotics right now as I have. So if I do I for inventory, so I can unequip all this stuff here. There you go. All right. I got all of the exotics here. Right now the Vex doesn't really work, so if you zoom in, what you need to do is fix up the mesh on that one so like the stuff in the middle actually disappears so you can actually see through it. So right now you can't do that, which kind of sucks, but just one other thing that has to get done. So got some weapons here. Outbreak Prime. Nothing too special. Let's see. Can I go into the inventory here? I'll equip some of this stuff. It's kind of nice because then I equip stuff back on from there and stuff, which is quite nice. Galahorn, I currently don't have that working. Everything gets weird when I zoom in onto it, so I have to fix that one. And right now I have weapons and armor are separate inventory systems right now. I need to apply weapons via in here. Yet again, this whole UI template kind of came from the Unreal Marketplace, but I was able to kind of configure it and make it work with my bone structure. So everything fits within a bone and an armor piece. So I can swap things out pretty easily. Like I can even choose like a chicken head or something like that. Oh, thank you, Storm, for saying that. That's really good. Again, it's not absolutely perfect, but it's definitely something special. Oh, it looks like my music finished on that end. Hold on a second here. I'll be fine for now without any music. Hopefully you guys will be okay. Oh yeah, also you'd be in third person while kind of like running around and stuff. Yeah. As it freezes and panic attacks. Very cool. When I get some more time, I would like to... hold on. When I get some more time, this would be cool to do. Just been busy with family business. Yeah, for sure, man. Well, if you look at my past streams, you can kind of see my process a little bit. I would like to put a full-on tutorial series on from the full workflow from start to finish, with hopefully within like a 10-minute video. If you ever want to follow the process for ripping everything out of the software that you need to kind of do it. But it's really fun to do, just to kind of muck around and play around with it. You know, you kind of import your own stuff for like the most part. I'm gonna go here with it. Okay, do I have any other weapons in here? Oh, let's see. I could put on Outbreak Prime. Okay, Star One Not, and there you go. Equip that one. There you go. Sweet. And then in here is where I can dynamically kind of put my inventory. So if you look here, if I stand in front of this character, I go into inventory. Oh, that's horrible. If I stand on like the side of it, there you go. You can kind of see the character. It looks really mangled and stuff because that's like a first-person camera. Like I have a couple different cameras that work within it. So there's an FPS camera, and that's different from the third person. So you only see the arms in the first-person camera, and then the other one shows the whole body in the third person. So it's quite interesting how it works. I've been watching a lot of tutorial videos. I think they tell you the wrong thing sometimes on purpose. I can contest to that quite a bit, to tell you the truth. That's very much true. Alt-P, Alt-Control is very different. Hold on. Oh, yes. Yes, Alt-P and Control-P are very different. Yes, that is true. And you were just getting the wrong information from the videos on that, and you're supposed to press that. That's, yeah, typical. Typical. Let's see. I want to change this thing into a Warlock real quick. I recently added this guy in. It looks okay. I think the male version probably would have been better at that point. But this is what the Warlock looks like. I was able to get it imported in. I think it turned out pretty good, to tell you the truth. I like the little ruffle that's on the chest piece and stuff. It's not bad. But the butt goes out really far, though, if you haven't noticed for some reason. I don't know why it looks so weird, like the whole skeleton part. It's kind of interesting. So if you go here, it's like there's your warlock. Yeah, not so bad for what I have here. Also got some swords in here. The swords look really weird. What I got here, undo some stuff there, and I can add the sword. So I got no sword animations really. I just got literally you can like walk all day and like slunge. So it's quite interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like in the other part onto the showcase map for the movement test. I'm really proud how I did the movement test. I kind of made it a version with a Titan and Hunter type movement. So if I start playing this one here now, and then I expand everything. Right now I have no arms or anything because I need to go into my inventory and actually add the stuff. Let's go ahead and add this guy there. Add some arms, chest piece as well. Mark, well, that's not the mark, that's the mark that I want. And we add the appropriate legs for the whole set. All right, now I can pick up this guy, why not? This one's interesting. This is supposed to be like a auto rifle and a grenade launcher, I believe. Yeah. I haven't gotten this weapon yet because I think you had to like pre-order it, whatever, on the new DLC that's going to be coming out later for Destiny 2. So, but yeah, I haven't been able to test this one out yet. Anyway, yeah. So I have like the whole jump mechanics. I do have a thing so you can mount right in the corner, so it kind of mounts you on there. It has 2 jumps on here, so actually technically 3. You got your base jump and then 2 more jumps. So like the Hunter, except I have a dash move that lunges you forward. I don't have a lunge forward animation, but you can jump across pretty much the same distance that you would in Destiny 2 for like the most part as a Hunter. So and this one here, here's the movement set for this one. So if I do this, so it's a triple jump, then a slide. So you go underneath like that. And there's that guy that goes down. And also I made like slopes where you can and cannot climb at a certain angle type thing. So you can climb up this and this vertical angle and you'll slide down at this angle here. So nothing too special here. To tell you the truth, the weapons and stuff works a bit more like Borderlands, to tell you the truth. That's how that one works. And there's a little save checkpoint there. If you jump in the hole, you can fall down in the hole. Squeeze in the areas like so. Whoa. And I'm probably gonna die from height. And then I have a weird like character screen sometimes when it happens. Also, if I change this weapon, shoots like a crazy laser thing. I was in the meantime I was adding like a perk system, so I could change the fire rate in here, so I can just do a default, and it's like a really high fire rate for this one. So I hit OK. There's a crazy fire rate at that point, and if I want to, I could just kind of change that back to 0.02. There we go. All right. Also, I can change the recoil, or whether it's an automatic or not, that type thing. Reset fire rate, speed reload. I can do little attachments and stuff onto things on certain weapons. So I do some things, but all the UIs are not appropriately in the correct spots, but try my best to make it work. I can see the military trying to make that gun. I assume that might be a thing, to tell you the truth. That could be a thing, like an auto rifle, and then it turns into like a freaking grenade launcher at a certain point or something like that. I think that's what happens, but yeah, this thing's pretty intense looking, that's for sure. Man, it is very crazy. Anyways, let's see. I've been streaming for a minute here. I don't know if I have anything else I could show you that I'm working on. Let's see. I've been doing one thing. It's a charm program. They can import Destiny 2 maps now into Unreal Engine 5 fairly easy. The whole shaders and stuff for everything aren't that great, but the base amount of meshes and stuff can get transferred in real easy. Let's see, a new chat just came up. Let's see. Smokey, great stuff. Definitely watch your stuff in the future. Gotta run for now, though. Thank you so much for coming in, Smokey. I do appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I'll try to put out some more stuff and possibly a tutorial of just my workflow. So it'd be easier to do instead of just trying to go through a live stream stuff that I had earlier of what I do. So anyway, thank you so much, Smokey, for coming in. Yeah, for you, Storm, I want to open up one thing if I can. Oh, I don't have any maps right now. Shucks. Well, not even worth it at that point. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have anything else I can show before I get off today? Maps. Guardian Showcase? I guess these are armor sets that I have. Yeah, I like this. You're doing great. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I do appreciate it. These are armor sets that haven't imported all the way. I haven't imported a lot, to tell you the truth. But this is what I have imported in general, though. Here we go. Yeah, so you can see that. Imported this stuff. There is a chicken head on that one for some reason. But this is the raid from Leviathan raid and stuff. So, yeah, not bad. So, currently doing all the good stuff here. So, yeah, I have a lot more armor stuff that I can import in, but yet again, I would like to import it through the database for the inventory system, which takes a while. But just importing it in general into Unreal Engine 5 is not that hard. So, but getting it to the character and all set up with it working is a different story. So, I looked up that error. The character is not a pawn. See target. Do you know what that means? It defaults to a reference self to top down character is expecting a reference at movement component. Find movement component in your component panel. Drag it to the target pin of the function. Interesting. Well, let me check my phone real quick. We're good. Let's see. Eric. You said this happens in your character animation, right? Storm? Oh, you sent a pic in Discord? Let me go ahead and pull it up. Hey, there we go. That's better. I'm seeing it now. I'll bring it in to live stream if I can. There we go. Oh, it's not self target. So it's the reference is the problem. So I believe that's what we're kind of getting at. Input movement. Okay. Hold on. Let me bring something from in here then. If I can bring anything in. FPS. Character blueprint base. This might take a second to open. I copied many. Yes. Okay. So so it's an event. Copied many. Okay. I've copied the wrong thing. I'll see what I'll find out. I can give a little bit of a thing on it. Let me go ahead and just minimize this stuff here. Sorry for my code. Let's see. So you made let's see. yeah, it's a lot of blueprint in here. Yeah, I'll get there. Yeah, you will, man. It's like this is like high intense stuff because I have the whole interaction system and like weapon system and stuff like that. It kind of integrates with it a bit. But let's see though. Can you send another screenshot of your events a little bit? Like I was noticing. Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. Oh, get to control pawn. I see, I see. Oh, here it is down here below. Okay. Cast to player character. The player character is the correct name, right? For your the cast to player character. That's the correct name for your whole blueprint. Oh, because you're using, this is your pawn script, isn't it? Like your pawn blueprint? That's what I'm asking. Is this your pawn blueprint? Probably not. Self is not a pawn. Burr, burr, burr. Yeah, let me know if it's I got too many blueprints, copying them from an event. Like there is quite a bit, you know what I mean? But I don't know if that's like your exact problem necessarily. Right now it's trying to reference to something that it can't find right now. That's what I'm kind of seeing at the moment. Because I think right now you have your character blueprint and your pawn blueprint separate. Like what I have in mind, to tell you the truth, my character blueprint has the movement for the character in it. So that's I have everything all in one. The only thing that I have in a pawn is weapons and other things like that. But my full character that I literally work with and walk with, the whole animation and blueprint and stuff like that, that's all in one. Like movement and stuff's like all in one instead of two separate ones. You can have two separate ones, don't get me wrong, but you have to reference them between the two, between your character and your pawn to make it work. Oh, so here's the thing with have the FBX with all the animations baked. So with Blender, you can just bake the animations as an Oh, actually, do you mean like I have the FBX with all the animations baked? Do you mean the mesh is baked? How do they phrase this correctly? Your animations are baked into your mesh, or are there animations? Well, you can bake them, I guess, at the end of the day, to it. It kind of depends. It's quite interesting how you export and stuff. So, oh, okay, they're separate. Perfect. That's all I wanted to know. That's all I want to know. Okay, there is one file with all the meshes. It's skeleton with. Okay, cool, awesome. Yeah, then you're heading the right route for that one. Then, yeah, usually you want to make sure those are separate, so then you can use those animations in different states of your animation blueprint, which is kind of different. Because I'll show you what my animation blueprint kind of looks like on my end. Because that's like in a different folder altogether. So I have three different ones, which is the arms itself, one for legs, and one for the third person. And so if I open up the third person one as it opens, this is the animation state walk, but this is the loop of the locomotion that I have here for this one. So I got idle, jump loop, then the initial jump, sprint, walk, crouch, walk, and then crouch. Just kind of goes through the motions on that. Let's see. Animation graph. So this is the main bulk of the animation stuff that I have in here. Everything starts with the blueprint event and just goes from here. But yet again, this is not the input. This is what the animations will come out to be at the end of the day. Then I linked all the animations, animation blueprint panel, the idle, jump, and all but the event I copied. 35. Okay, yeah. Got it. Did my headset die? Oh, I think it did. Just my headset, because I had nothing playing audio in it. It dies after a minute. I have to... Let me just choose a different album from Final Fantasy. There we go. Play a little music now. I copied from Unreal Engine 5 Blueprint, which is a good way to start anyway. You know, they kind of figure out stuff for like the most part. What is nice to do to kind of start out with, I will bring up the tutorial thing. I'll link it in here as well. Since you're kind of like learning Unreal Engine in general, it's a good way to start. So you got the learning and then learning resources. Let's see. Courses, and I think this would be a good one for you to start going at. They have a beginner like starter tab. These two right here that I'm looking at, these are really good to start out with. I didn't have this when I first started going with Unreal Engine 5 at all, but this is a good way to start if you want to start getting your characters kind of put in and stuff. But if you feel more comfortable going your route, it's fine. But just in general, like either one is pretty good. This little robot one, or this one's more basic, but this one right here, this whole tutorial course, because they include the project itself in there, you can use that. Yeah, like, because this one teaches you the whole locomotion of the character and stuff that's already there. They kind of show the whole process of it, so it's really, really, really good. Really good. I didn't have this when I started it out. You know, when Unreal Engine came out first time, I had to pay like it was a $40 subscription for the most longest time. And I paid that for like 6 months, and then they made it free, which was really great from there on, because it just became more open for people to do. Nice, you're close to it, man. All right, Storm, I think I have to be getting out for the day. I got a phone call I gotta make sure I get with my report so I can get some tickets figured out and all that kind of stuff. But thank you, Storm, for coming in. I definitely love chatting with you. Since you're on Discord now, feel free to hit me up on it at any time. You can just browse in here at all or anything. So, or either just hit me up via just message chat and stuff. So, yeah, man, you have yourself a good one. I'm out. Later.